Yo guys, what's up? This is going to be an unboxing of the SunToys Master Grade SD kind of mashup black Gundam. They did an RX-78-2 Gundam in just normal colors, but this is the black color version. So as you can see, I don't have the actual box of it. I just have the SunToy black box. So this is actually a sample box. So this is from a sponsor there from my sponsor shop that's based in China that's selling this third-party stuff and P-Bandai stuff, Hobby Mission. So you can check the link to their site down below, but they wanted to send me this kit, and so they sent me this sample version. So it's got everything in here, just doesn't have the official box, but I'm sure if the box is anything like the box that SunToys did for the Ava kit, there's not really too much to see on the outside of the box really. So we'll just take a look at everything inside. This is the stuff that really matters. Anyway, isn't it? Right? So let's put all the runners back there for a minute and just skip right to the manual first. Let's take a look at this. Here we have instructions, scale full action plastic model kit, full psychic frame prototype, MS3 RX-78-2. Okay, anyway. Super Deformed Master Grade, that's what they call it. I was trying to remember if it was like Master Grade SD or whatever, but anyway, it's like, it looks like that. Yeah, so this was their original kit. That was like that, and this one is the black version. Now, as far as I know, I'll have to check, but as far as I know, this doesn't actually come with anything new in terms of parts at all. It's just totally exactly the same, but just in black and red instead of the normal color scheme. So I'm sure that will be appealing to some people. I know the classic Grandpa Gundam is, well, it's classic, but obviously black Gundams also look cool. So this is coming with the exact same base as the Ava kit came with, it looks like, which was a fine base. So it was a little bit tricky to use with the Ava, but I think it'll be easier to use with the Gundam here. So Super Deformed Master Grade here, just showing off some of the finer points. I'm guessing this exact page was from the original manual because it has the pictures there in the original colors. This is all instructions. I just want to show you guys any like photo stuff first. That's pretty much it for photo references of the kit, so not a whole lot to go on, and it's just right into the construction there. There's no parts list, it looks like, for this, so just getting straight into the construction, starting off with the feet and the legs, so kind of going from the ground up here, the seams, then onto the waist, then the lower half is done, then onto the torso, and the arms, and then finally the head. So yeah, you just build it from the ground up, which is cool. I think that's a fun way to build. And then all the hands here, and then onto the weapons. Oh, we already built the weapons here on this page, sorry, I skipped over that. Weapons, and then hands, and then mounting all the weapons. And then you have some effect parts here as well, like for the thrusters on the backpack, so that's pretty cool. Those are in clear pink. I'll show you those here in a second. And then a base part for the action base. Put that on the base, so there's just about that. We have some effect parts here for the beam Javelin as well. Very cool. That'll be probably a really cool looking weapon with a black Gundam, I think so. And then here the marking guide where to put all the decals for the kit. So it does come with a big sheet of water-side decals. It's not big, but it does have a lot of stuff on here. Here it is, so let's take a look. So here's the full sheet here. You can see it looks like we've got some red, some white, and then the other ones that you're seeing there that look kind of gray, actually silver, which is cool. But I think silver decals actually end up looking a little bit more gray once you've got top coat on them anyway. So here's how those look. The detail on them looks pretty good. Nice and sharp. Here's just a look at some of these smaller words here. Let's see if we can make any of that out. It's not super clear, but you can tell that that says Super Deformed Master Grade, so that's pretty cool. You have some other ones here, white base stickers, and another one here, Super Deformed Master Grade. And then down here in white, a couple of like the classic white base logos there, RX-78-2, and like that. So pretty nice water slides for sure. Alright, so first up here is our polycaps. They're in kind of dark grayish gunmetal black color. Anyway, they weren't bad on the Ava kit. They worked pretty fine, so I'm guessing they won't really be an issue on this kit either, but we'll find out. I'll let you guys know in the review, of course. Runner AA here for our base. This is, again, the exact same runner that was with the Ava kit. So basically there's just one place where you can plug in the main arm of the base, and then you have these other holes around here where you can plug in some effect parts or something like that. If you want. Nothing that's included with this, but you would be able to do that with just some clear rods or whatever. Runner A here is in black, as much of this kit will be, as you'd imagine. And it looks like kind of mostly parts for the head here located on the A runner, all the outer parts anyway. Runner B is just a few more black parts here. It looks like just 3 parts there for black parts of the chest. Runners C1 and C2 are joined together here, just red parts. These little parts here look like parts for the vents in the chest, which is cool, so those would be kind of similar to the Master Grade. And then some other red parts here for the collar, the shield, the crotch, and the waist skirt armor. And then some more red parts here on runners D1, D2, and D3, so some red parts around the waist. These little missile parts, I'm not exactly sure where those are going. I actually had to check. And then some other red parts here for on the head, the feet, and then one for the face there as well. You'll see on some of the runners here, there's like some parts near where the letter of the runner is cut out that the plastic didn't fill the mold there. But I haven't noticed that on any of the parts at all, so as long as that's not happening on any of the parts, it's not a problem, but it is kind of hard to read a couple of the numbers of the runners just because of that. It is technically like a defect in the molding, but as long as it's not affecting the parts, it really doesn't matter. Runners E and F are also molded together here. There's some of the other runners are also molded together, but they're not actually ones that are like in order. It would be like runner Q and runner J are like molded together, but they're just in the same color, so that's why we can just snap them apart like that. But here's runner E and F for just some black parts, and then we have two of that runner. So this looks like mostly parts for arms, legs, and skirt armor. Runner G is just more black parts, and this is just, again, just smaller parts. Looks like for kind of all around different areas on the kit, and then we have two of this G runner as well. Runner H is in like kind of gray gunmetal color, and so this is going to be the color of the frame, it seems. This is kind of mostly frame and joint parts. So we have two of this H runner. Runner I is again in that same gunmetal color. We have some parts for inside the head, and it looks like maybe inside the shield and a few other different areas there as well. Runner J is again gunmetal for looks like the backpack and maybe neck joint and just a couple little bits there. Runner K is just one little part here for the black main part of the shield. Runner L here is in a nice clear orange color, so we've got this part here for the eyes, this one here for the camera on the beam rifle, this one here I think maybe for in the bazooka. I'm not sure at the moment, I'll have to see. But one of these runners was in the bag, and then I had a second one of these just kind of like floating around in the box that wasn't actually in a bag, so I think you're actually only supposed to get one. Mine just happened to come with two, just kind of like a factory defect, I think. Runner M is another small clear orange runner here. I'm guessing this is just for cameras in the head, and this one for the front of the chest. Runner N is again just a single part here for the red part of the shield. Runner O is back to that gunmetal color, as this seems to be mostly parts for the beam rifle here on Runner O, and we do have two of this runner, so it seems like you'll be able to have two beam rifles. Runner P is just a few black parts here, looks like for the bazooka. And we do have two of these as well. It seems like for the rest of these runners now it's just kind of mostly all of the weapons and effect parts and things like that. So it's like going through all the mobile suit first and then weapons and effect parts at the end. Runner Q is back in gunmetal, and this is the other parts for the bazooka, the parts that aren't black, and so we have two of this runner as well. Runner S is just a couple parts here, one for the backpack and then one for the handle of the beam javelin, it looks like, and we do have two of these because we'll have two beam javelins, but obviously don't have two backpacks, so one of those will just be leftover parts. Runner T here in a nice clear fluorescent pink is our effect parts for the beam javelin, so like the main parts and then the other little bits kind of sticking out the side. Under black light, under UV light, it is pretty reactive. It's not like super bright, but it is looking pretty cool. Runner U is another kind of beam saber handle, maybe it looks like, and then more parts for another maybe different beam rifle, I'm not sure. Runner V here looks like, I had to look at this for a minute, but this looks like it's parts for a revolving launcher to go on the underside of the beam rifle. So that's what those like little red missile parts that I couldn't tell where those go before look like they go in here, so those will be in the revolving launcher. And we've got two of this V runner, so you'll have two of those for two beam rifles. Runner W is back to fluorescent clear pink for our beam saber effect parts, and then we do have two of those. One of mine just fell off the runner, it's in the bag, but those are pretty nice, except that here you see you do have a bubble inside each of them there at the end, so a little bit unfortunate. It's not really the worst thing in the world. I honestly don't care about it that much, but just be aware of that. You can see there's another like small one there in the middle of the beam as well. So if that's something you care about, I'm not really sure what you can do about it, but you might be able to use just one of your like Bandai beam saber effect parts. Okay, I was wrong before because we are now back to the inner frame of the mobile suit here for Runner X1. This is just getting into some more frame parts just for kind of the main part of the Gundam. And then runner X2 seems to be frame parts for in the arms and the legs, because we have 2 of this X2 runner. And then we have runners Y1 and Y2, which is just all of our hand parts, and then Y2 is just all the covers for the hands. So it looks like you'll have just different hands and you'll just swap them out, which is cool. Cool, that's good. You will see a bit of a defect here in the thumbs. You can see there's that sink in there, that sink hole in the where the thumb is molded in that middle joint. So you'll have to throw a little putty in there and do a little bit of sanding on that. It's kind of a very small space to do sanding, so that'll be kind of a pain to fix. Not the worst thing in the world, and that is only if you want to use those parts. I mean, there's other hand options that do kind of seem to have a little bit of the same thing going on, but not as bad. And then finally, runner Z is back to clear pink for our thruster effect parts. So again, these parts just fell off the runner. They're in the bag. Those just came loose. And then we have 2 of the Z runner, and actually the other runner, they also came loose, but those will just be nice. I don't think we'll end up actually needing all of those, but there are a lot to use. That's going to be just about it for this boxless unboxing. So again, thank you to Hobby Mission for sending me this. Again, if you guys want to check out their site, check out this kit. The link is down below, and if you have any other questions and comments about the kit at this point, you can leave those down below as well in the comment section. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the review coming up next. Bye bye! Thanks for watching! See you next time!